Hi, welcome to Let's Talk. Today I'm talking with Bobbi and Nikki from WithYou in Dundee. Hi both, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good, thanks.
Thanks for having us along today.
Thank you for coming along, I really appreciate it. So I just want to start by just kind of chatting about obviously what people might have seen in the news and that recently has been very a lot's going on, lots of talks obviously about this different types of topics. A lot about obviously the alcohol and drug dependency issues just now in Dundee, and what that is causing to obviously family lives and in the communities as well. So could you just tell us, please, what support can people expect to get from WithYou in Dundee, please?
Yeah, of course. So we're a drug and alcohol charity that supports anyone affected by substance use, or so that can be their own substance use, or it could be someone that they're cared for, live with, support. So they can come in and get support from the service. So we've got a different range of support options for people. I think for us the main thing is, just offering a friendly, non-judgmental service that people can come in and get that support. So what happens is you can get a referral into the service, or you can self-refer. You don't need to be referred by MD, in case of just picking up the phone and referring yourself. We would get the referral in, and then you would meet with one of our teams. So we've got an assessment and engagement worker that works within the team. So that would be the first person that you would probably chat to. And I guess it's just about what can we do to support you and what does that look like. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, we'll get you in, we'll sit through an hour's assessment. It's very much about where can we, meet you that you feel comfortable. So we're very much trying to do, is that a walk and talk maybe, or do you want to meet in a coffee shop and have a chat? Do you want to come in and see what the building looks like and just get a feel, for the building and the team and things? So yeah, it's really about that, engaging people in. And also once they come in, the idea is that they would get an assessment done within the service at a time that they feel ready to do that. And then they would get offered a range of different supports within the service.
Okay, and I think that sometimes it's the initial looking for and asking for that support, isn't it? So sometimes people can maybe feel there could be a bit of a barrier if people say, I don't want to go into too much detail here, I don't want to have assessments and all that initially, I just want to talk to somebody about what I'm feeling and how you can help me, to see obviously if that service is a fit for that person.
Absolutely, and that really is that's what we've sort of focused on, I think, over the last couple of years, of just making it, much more individualised. Like you say, we know everybody needs different things from us, again. So if it takes us to meet you 6-7 times just to have a 10-minute chat, like say in a coffee shop or somewhere that you feel comfortable, we are absolutely up for doing that. We understand how hard it is to pick up the phone or walk through, the door at the service.
Definitely.
As people know, drug and alcohol's got such a stigma, unfortunately, attached, and there's lots of judgment out there. But it's certainly what we've tried to, really work on over the last wee while.
That's good to hear. Now, you did obviously say there, Bobbi, that for people to access a service, it could just be picking up the phone or popping into your office or in the community. So, where is your community hub based, and where could people just come along to if they want to?
So our community hub is based in Boots in 94 Albert Street. We have a worker there on a Wednesday between 10 and 3, so they could drop in for that support in terms of kind of getting a referral in and getting an assessment done. So that is there for them. Okay. Also, we run the community hub Monday to Friday, so if somebody wants to come in and access that support and get a referral put in, they could just drop into the hub and we would put that referral through for that person.
Good, that sounds good. And what could people expect from the hub then, Nikki?
So the hub is, like I say, open Monday till Friday. We offer a harm reduction service within our community hub. So we're focused mainly on brief intervention support and reducing risks for people. So if somebody is coming in for support that's not quite looking to abstain from substances or alcohol, our job is to look at how do we use that safely to reduce the risks. So that is really what the community hub is there for, to offer that support. It's also for people that don't want that structured appointment. They can just drop in as and when they feel they require that support. Along with that support, we'll also offer different services within the hub. So we have DVVA, we have Dundee Drug and Alcohol Recovery Service, we have voiceability on an ad hoc basis, we have access to industry, we have the HINT team. So we do have kind of a range of support tailored to reducing harm for individuals that are accessing that support. We also have access to our tablets and phones. So if anybody's coming in that doesn't have access, but they're needing to check their universal credit and things, they can access our tablet to look at, if they've got any messages or that. Some people that come in that do have quite a chaotic lifestyle don't have a phone. So when they are trying to reach out to see about benefits or to look at getting in touch with their other workers, the phone is there for them to use that as and when required. We do additional things in our harm reduction service, such as the food parcels. So we do food parcels for individuals, and we also work quite closely with the Stallswell community team. So we do have access to another range of kind of foods, such as boomerang vouchers and things. So if somebody has reached their full capacity with a food bank, we do have additional supports there to support that person.
It sounds good. It sounds like you've got a lot of different signposts available to different things happening as well for people, because I think it could get people can kind of get really drowned in the information they're given at times, because there's that much going on and there's so much support out there that people just don't really know sometimes where to go.
Yeah, I think the community hub, it's looking at making sure that these individuals' basic needs are being met, because if they're not being met, then they can't kind of thrive. So that is kind of the baseline of the community hub.
Yeah,
I think the other thing I would just add is the community hub is somewhere clear that you can literally go in and get a cup of tea in a blether in a friendly ear, and that for a lot of people is just enough, and that's okay for us. If that's all you need from us on one of those days,
it's a safe place for them.
It's a safe place. And like I say, that we're not here to say, you must stop using or you must. That's not what WithYou is about. We're very much meeting the person where they're at, but like Nikki says, making them as safe as we can make them, their families, the community. That's a big part of what we look at as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people can find themselves in certain situations quite quickly at times, can't they? And I think over the past good few years, things have got really difficult for people. And it's good just to know that you can just go to yourselves at the community hub and just have that chat, because some people just don't know who to speak to sometimes. They don't know who could relate to them, and it's good to know if they can go along and have a cup of tea and just say, look, this is where I'm at now. I don't really know what to do. Can you give me a little bit of advice? I could just listen to what I've got to say just now. And that can make such a big difference in somebody's life.
Absolutely, yeah, we see that quite often, don't we? And because you've got to build up trust and you've got to build up relationships. They don't just happen as soon as somebody walks through the door, So these are the ways that we try and certainly do that for people. Different locations as well. We've got access to, so work from Maxwell Town. Boomerang,
the Change Centre.
Yeah. So again, it's where suits you. What works for you. And again, all these places have got other things going on as well. So again, there could be links into activities or crafts or anything that they're interested in. So yeah, it's not a case of just coming in a building and sitting in a room and facing somebody. There's lots of ways we try and offer support.
Yeah, it's making all these different connections as well, isn't it? Which could just be that lifeline for some people, just to help them in that path. Like you say, by go along to a group or just chatting to people who could be in the same situation as them, or even not in that case. A lot of the different things connect dots at times, and yeah, it's just good to know that is there for people. Now, you've chatted about obviously the different community work you do, and you're out and about quite a lot in that. Is there anything coming up in the next wee while that people might want to know about, that you're going to be in local communities or that?
What have we got? We've just covered Recovery Month actually, so we've had a few
had
events
4
running.
different events for Recovery Month, and we've just done the overdose awareness event as well. So we will be looking to do something kind of Christmas time.
Great.
In the community hub.
But we've got groups running in the community hub as well. So again, they run 3 days from 12 to 1. They run. So we've got a Cycle of Change group, ABI. Sorry, alcohol brief intervention group. You forget that people,
and our harm reduction group as well. So they're Tuesday's your harm reduction group, Wednesday's your alcohol brief intervention group, and Thursday's your cycle of change group. So these groups are slightly different to our more structured groups. So, you know, it is 12 to 1, but anybody could drop in, you know, if that's 12:15 and they just want to come in and sit in for 10 minutes, they're still going away with some information that they possibly didn't have. So they can kind of drop in and drop out as they please for these groups, and that kind of fits in with the community hub ethos.
Good. And if people want to get more information, can they find it on your websites then?
So you go into the main WithYou website, and then all our services have little mini sites on the website. So you would just put in Dundee and all our information would be in there. And then the other thing we've got access to, Claire, is we've got an online web chat service that runs in WithYou as well.
Okay.
So again, go on the website and you'll just see the little button saying, do you want to speak to somebody? So that is trained drug and alcohol workers that sit on that as well. Do you know, I think sometimes people think it's maybe a robot that sits at the bottom. It's trained drug and alcohol workers. And again, you can contact them anytime. You don't need to say your name. You don't need to say who you are. It's literally if you just want some advice. But also, again, if that's a way into the service as well, do you know, so if you do say, actually, I would like to maybe speak to somebody, the web chat team will direct you into the service. So it's a really good resource, and that's open till 9 o'clock at night and at weekends and things as well.
Perfect.
So,
so it's quite accessible for people too. Then.
Absolutely,
Yeah, that's good. And I know that would be, this is a great service as well for people who are caring or in that unpaid caring role for obviously loved ones or family members who just don't know where to go either. They're needing a bit of advice for themselves or for the person that they're caring for, or just the loved person that they're looking after. So it's good to know that advice and support is there for them too.
Yeah, and the whole service is open to, do you know, I probably should have said that earlier, but, do you know, we do support MD that's caring for somebody that's got substance use issues, do you know. We've got a concerned other group that runs on a Tuesday in partnership with yourselves, Dundee Carers, and Scottish families are involved in that. And it's a really good welcoming group of, just family members that can come along and just feel like they're not the only person in the world that's going through this. They get a lot out of it, certainly, don't they? Definitely. You know, they've made a real little peer group for themselves as well, which is, So we always say that somebody will not recover on their own, Claire. You know, you need to be working with the whole family, and whatever that family looks like to somebody, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be mum or dad. That can be MD that you call family. So, we're very much trying to offer that family inclusive support in the service.
Well, it sounds great. Thank you very much for all that information. Like Bobbi said, this information can be found on their website WithYou, but we will pop all the details in the comment section below. So if you do want to find out more, the details will be there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.